Hi, it's Carrie, and today I'm thrilled to be joining Inktoberfest as a celebration of all things ink. Today we're going to be talking about foiling inks and how fun it is and the different results you can get with different products. Here I am using the stamp set called Octobers from the Inktober Hedgehog Hollow box. Today I am going to be using Versamark ink and this sticky embossing powder from Ranger. Versamark is a sticky embossing ink, but you could really use any that you have. I really like the Nuvo embossing pad as well. So I'm just going to use that embossing buddy there, ink it up with the Versamark, and add the sticky embossing powder. I'll funnel that back into the jar before I heat set this with my heat tool. And I'm only going to heat it just to melt the sticky embossing powder because you want it to stay sticky to grab onto that foil. I have some copper foil that I've had in my stash here, and I thought it would be perfect for fall. So I wanted to show you a comparison of using this same foil on two different kinds of mediums. So I'll cut a piece of foil, add it to the top, and I found that if you add another piece of paper to the top, the foil doesn't spread nearly as much. I'm going to add it to my plastic carrier sheet that came with the Mink, and I'll take it over to my Mink to heat set that. Look at how beautiful that turned out. It did spread just a little bit, and so now I'm going to show you the difference using clear embossing powder instead of the sticky embossing powder. It's the same process. We'll use the embossing buddy and the Versamark ink, and you could actually use a laminator for this process. I found that I like the Mink because it has different heat settings. Today I'm using heat setting 1 for both of these. I tried to use the exact same process so you could see what the difference is. So I'll heat set that clear embossing powder just until it's set, just like I did for the sticky embossing powder. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some more copper foil to that. I'll add the sheet on top again and put it in the plastic carrier sheet and run it through the Mink. So here it is, and you can see that it's a much finer line of foil. There may be different reasons that you want to use it the different ways, but they're both beautiful. I did decide though that I'm going to change it up for this project. Let's get started on this project here. This is the beautiful blooms set from the September Hedgehog Hollow kit. And I've just been wanting to ink this up and foil it and use it on a holiday project. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink today. You can also use this for embossings, and I thought that it turned out really well. I'm going to use the clear embossing powder for this and some green foil today. This is Mink foil, actual branded Mink foil, but you can use any foil that works with heat setting. ThermoWeb has a beautiful foil also, and so any of those will work. I'm going to heat set it just until that powder is melted, and then I'll add the foil to the top. Now I did change up the settings just a little because I thought that the leaves were a little bit too sparse, I thought, on the previous fall project. So I turned the heat setting up to a level 2 this time. So I'm still going to add that foil and the paper over the top, and then I'm going to run it through using a level 2 or heat level 2. And look at how that turned out. It's really hard to capture the beautiful foil effect on this video, but hopefully you'll be able to see it at the end when I show you the completed project and also the photo, the still shot. I'm going to color this up with Copics. You might be wondering, can you really foil and then color with Copics? And the answer is, well, yes, you can. Here's the colors of green that I'm using today. However, I really tried to not color over the foil because I didn't want to diminish any of that beautiful shine from the foil itself. So for the leaves, I'm using these two colors here that I have listed on the screen, YG17 and YG05, and I'm just trying to avoid that foil as I color the leaves. Then for the flowers, I'm just going to use some of my favorite shades of red right now, kind of a pinky red. It turns into a beautiful Christmas color with the R89, RV29, and RV14. Now I'm not going to leave the entire coloring process in this video because this is really just about the foiling and how different effects you can get with different ideas for foiling. So through the magic of editing, I'm going to skip over the rest of this. I thought you might want to just see a portion, but I'm going to skip over the rest. I don't think I've mentioned that I'm using Nina Solar White 80-pound paper on all of these projects today. Now I'm just going to go ahead and finish using these 3 colors on all of the flowers, and then I'll add a little bit of yellow and a little bit of orange to the centers of each, so just to add a little different variation. Can you see that shine on the foil? And it's so pretty colored in these Christmas colors too. So this is some polka dot acetate that I got from the Inktober Hedgehog Hollow Kit. We're going to use that. And then this is some black toner paper. I just printed some black toner on some cardstock, and now I'm going to foil over that. Now, if you want to do this, you have to use a laser printer for that ink, for the black toner. It won't stick to inkjet ink. It's only the toner that comes with a laser printer. You can also go to your print shop and have them print a black sheet for you with using a copier. That'll work as well. Now you'll notice that I foiled the whole sheet, but I didn't get that little dot over the J. Because it was separate, it was too hard. So here I'm going to save myself some trouble and see that little piece that's right there in the Y of this die cut. I'm going to use that for the top of the J. It's so much easier. It saved myself a little bit of a headache, and I think in the end it turns out so pretty. Foiling is so much fun, and it does add quite a bit of shine to your project. And it's a little more subtle and a little flatter, I would say, than embossing powder. And there's so many different colors of foil that you can get that adds to your project. So I love using this green on this project. And here I am going to just finish up this card, and I'll show you just how. Now I wanted a frame to go around the entire piece, so I found this scallop frame. It's from Pretty Pink Posh, and I'm just going to cut that with a couple of different papers I had. Here's the first one. Nope, don't like that one. So I'm going to use the red. It's got a little bit of design to it, not too much. And then I also die cut this Joy die cut, which is from My Favorite Things, from some foam, some craft foam. And I will glue that together with the green foil on top of the craft foam. And then I'm going to put the, oh, you can see that I did cut with my craft knife. I cut a little bit underneath the flowers so I could just kind of nestle that polka dot paper right underneath those flowers. And then I'm using the Nuvo Deluxe Liquid Adhesive to add the frame. If you get a little bit of foil on your project in places you don't want it, you can just take your craft knife and just scratch it away. Just so easy to do, and you wouldn't even know that it was there. So now we're going to finish up this card. I have attached the Joy foiled piece to the craft foam, and now I'm going to attach that to our project. There you go, just using that liquid adhesive once again, and I'll also attach that little dot over the J with the trick that we used. So easy, and look at how that foil shines. You might be wondering why I have some paper hanging off to the right and on the top. It's just going to be so easy to trim that using scissors. So I'm going to trim that down. Here's a top fold card of 110-pound paper that we're going to attach this whole thing to when we're done. But first I'm going to just trim that, just using some scissors. So easy to do. You can see the shine of that foil here as I'm cutting on both the sentiment and around the flowers. It's really beautiful in real life. So now I'll attach that to the card base, just using the same liquid adhesive, and I'm going to trim off a little on the side there. It was a little bit too wide for me, so I'm going to trim that off using my trimmer, my paper trimmer, and there's our finished project. Can you see that shine? It's so pretty. I hope you'll give this foil project a try, and it's so much fun. For more information, please visit my blog. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Here are a few more videos that you might enjoy as well.